Death is something that pretty much all of us dread, but it doesn't have to always be this way. As I gained more experience and grew a little wiser throughout the years, I slowly learned to look at death in a new light. Here I would like to share with you 3 ways to consider death which might help to alleviate the dread. 1. Death as a relief. Some time ago, I spoke to my good friend Sean Buranahiran, and he gave me a new perspective on life. He said that he never feared death because he always saw it as a reward and a relief. Death is like the ultimate rest after your work here on earth is completed, one way or another. Life can be pleasant indeed, but life can also be tiring when it endlessly proceeds. No one can deny that death is scary, but perhaps the real horror is to live forever. To endlessly age and to experience a million losses of that which and of those whom you truly love. Either the mind will eventually become numb, or the heart will bear so many scars that it will no longer have a soft spot between the calluses. Illness, pain, suffering, torment will all eventually be relieved, just as they are when in a deep sleep. In light of death, nothing can be heavy. If you are worried about the people you leave behind, however, then do your best now to provide them with guidance and support so that when death comes knocking at your door, you will welcome it as the ultimate relief and not view it as a symbol of terrible grief. 2. Death as a reunion. Usually we see death as the greatest force of separation. It separates us from our possessions, from our body, and from our loved ones. But as Alan Watts once said, that in the same way that the apple tree produces apples, this earth produces people. We came from the earth, and on our last day, we go back to the earth, which has always been our one true home. So maybe death is not the greatest separation. Maybe death is the ultimate reunion. After all, this universe is like an infinite ocean, and your life is like a drop of rain. It all starts in the sky, as your essence is conceived amongst the clouds. You start living as you fall from the heavens, counting down the number of days you will remain in this temporary state, a little drop of rain. As you finally hit the surface of the ocean alongside millions of other drops which fall down every day, you lose nothing, for there is nothing that you have truly gained. All things stay in the ecology of the infinite, only to be recycled or perhaps reborn. Little drop of rain, why are you so scared of the infinite ocean? Don't you remember that you came from it before you floated up to the clouds and lived in the sky? Give us a smile. You are home. 3. Death as a revelation. Ironically, what happens after death is one of the greatest mysteries of life. And fortunately or unfortunately, the single most certain way to discover the truth behind this mystery is to experience it for yourself. Of course, I am not saying that you should ask for death, but rather I am inviting you to accept it as a natural part of life. For one day it will eventually, inevitably arrive. I only hoped that when death comes for you, you will not only see it as an exit from life, but also as an entrance to the house of truth. So, these are 3 ways that I look at death, which help me to embrace it more. And my wish is that they help you too. At the end of the day, I hope that the thought of death will no longer frighten you, but that it will instead free you. And with a heart that is free, perhaps you will eventually see that death does not only come to take life, but it also comes to give the meaning to life. This is Kay, signing off. Till next time, be peaceful, be powerful.